It's all a load of bollocks, I tell you. It's been bollocks from the start. Bye.
It's all too much. I think you said enough. It stinks hypocrisy to me.
Well, Boris and Partygate, eh? What a load of old cock that is, eh? And I get it. Everyone's annoyed. Everyone's angry because that was May the 20th, the one that they're all talking about. And that was the exact time where an hour or so before they announced that we could only meet one person outside and socially distanced. And, I get it that people were upset because they couldn't go and see their loved ones. All the good boys and girls and 387 different genders who were abiding by all this didn't see their loved ones. They couldn't go to funerals and all this sort of stuff. And I get that. I absolutely get it. But you know what? That's not the part that bothers me at all. Of course, yeah, one rule for them, one rule for the other. But let's just dig into this a little bit deeper. Okay, we've got Boris having partners, and it seems also there was a couple the night before not the Queen's funeral, but Prince Philip's funeral, which is a bit sick. But also, we have Labour doing the same thing. So Keir Starmer's been caught out. They've all been caught out, let's be honest. Okay, now let's go on to stuff like COP26 or whatever it's called, the thing down in Cornwall. They were all caught on the beach all partying. There's photographs of that and video of that. Not socially distanced, no muzzles on. And let's be honest, they're only putting the muzzles on as a showpiece and only when they're in front of the cameras. We've seen so many examples of that where we see them putting them on as the camera turns up. It's pathetic. And then we have the Davos thing. We have all the other things, the G7 or whatever it's called, all meeting, all flying around in their private jets like there's nothing wrong. Nothing wrong at all. They're just carrying on. They're all partying. You must have seen all the pictures and all the video. If you haven't, I don't know where you've been. So yeah, while I get it, people are upset that Boris and his crew were partying and like I said, we were restricted. It's not the issue. There's a massive elephant in the room. Now bear with me a little bit. If you think about who are the people that are the closest to the data, that have seen all the data. Now let's be honest, because they can see all the data. And what they decide to publish and what they decide to withhold is two different things. But all these people all around the world, all the elite, all the ones making the rules, do have access to data. Now also, we have access to certain amounts of data as well. The most simple one, which I've always spoke about, is the Office of National Statistics, the ONS. Now I still hear people on Twitter, they're going on about Novak Djokovic, or whatever his name is, going in Australia and saying, oh, he's stupid because millions of people around the world have died. Let me tell you something, millions of people around the world die all the time. That's what happens. We live, we die. We get born, we live a bit, then we die. And that's just the circle of life. Come on, let's just be honest about this. Now, if you go on the ONS site, obviously this is just the UK, you look at there, and 1,600 people die daily. Regardless, it doesn't matter what of, but it does matter, you know what I mean. But 1,600 or thereabouts die every day. That's the average over the last 5 to 10 years. And that remains the average over the last 5 to 10 years. We had a little peak, I think in 2020, and that was the care home debacle. Now, should we start talking about bedazzling and stuff like that? The do not resuscitate orders? Perhaps that is what increased those deaths. But they would have happened anyway. The average would have just moved along a bit, if you understand what I mean. So, what's the elephant in the room? The elephant in the room is that all these people, all these elites that have been partying, that have done the COP26, Davos, G7, all that sort of stuff, all gone off flying around in their jets, all having parties, all cuddling, having a laugh while us lot are locked down. Here's the elephant in the room. They weren't scared of catching it. Do you get it? They weren't scared of catching it. Because let's be honest, if this was 100% as they're telling us it is, they would not be partying because they'd be scared shitless themselves. And it's as simple as that. Now, if you can't see that, I don't know what to say to you. I honestly don't. If you can't see that and you still believe that hundreds of thousands of people have died because of this, you're wrong. Just look at ONS. Just look. That's all you have to do. It'd also be interesting, the older Dyson, the amount of heart attacks and things that are going on, they're unprecedented. And I don't know whether you see this either. I think it's gone up 300%. Footballers alone, 300% increase in heart attacks, and it seems they've all been Dysoned. So what's going on? So for all you for all you cultists out there that want lockdowns and everything, you're sick. You're sick. Because if it was that big a deal, seriously now, if it was that big a deal, all these elites would not be getting together, unmuzzled, partying, dancing, and having a great laugh, having the time of their lives. While you sit there in your face mask and getting boosted every bloody 3 months. Come on. I think that's all I need to say about it, really. Surely you've got it by now. Surely the world is beginning to wake up. Now, what happens next is another thing. I do believe this was just the warm-up act, and the main act is to follow. We shall see. Bye!